Dear members, please assemble in the hall, please. Good afternoon to all. It's my pleasure as a technical session 3 chairman for this session. I take this opportunity as a great pleasure sitting on the dais with two extremely well-versed professionals and with the past president of ICI. I invite CA Nilesh Vikramsan ji onto the dais along with our Central Council member Umesh ji. I request CA Roop Kumar to present a bouquet to our past president of ICA, Nilesh ji. And I also request CA Raghunandan Garu, past chairman of Hyderabad branch, to give a bouquet to our Central Council member, Umesh Sharma ji. Thank you, Roop Kumar Garu and Raghunandan Garu. So you have to bear with us for the two sessions. So now it's to know about our dignitaries on the dais. First of all, I introduce CA Umesh Ramanarayan Sharma, a practicing chartered accountant, partner in RB Sharma & Co. He is a BCom and FCA and DSA qualified. He is a 42nd rank holder in All India CA Foundation examinations, diploma in information system audit conducted by ICI. He is presently a Central Council member of ICI for 2022-25, elected Regional Council member of WRC of ICI for the year 2016-2019, youngest chairman of Aurangabad branch of ICI in 2002, author of popular tax article series based on Krishna and Arjuna conversation in Karniti, published in Lokmat on every Monday. Till date, 419 weekly articles have been published. Same series is hugely popular on CA Club India and Tax Guru websites. Author 2 books of Kranti on income tax and GST. Chief editor and main compiler of MVAT audit manual published by Tax Public Practitioners Association, Aurangabad. Contributor for revised and audit edition of A Guide to MVAT Audit. Author of book published of Introduction of GST Law in Simple Way in Marathi language by the hands of former CM of Maharashtra State, Mr. Devendra Fernandes. With this short profile, I welcome you, sir, for this technical session. Now it's a great privilege for me to introduce my vice president as a vice chairman, and he was the chairman at the president at that time. I take this opportunity to introduce Nilesh Vikramsan, past president of ICI. He is professional senior partner of KKC and Associates LLP, Chartered Accountants, Mumbai since 1985. He is having over 80 years, the firm has 80 years of experience in the area of auditing, taxation, business and management consultant services, due diligence, valuation, inspections, investigations, corporate and personal advisory services, etc. His academic qualifications is a chartered accountant since 1985. Certificate course on forensic auditing and fraud detection conducted by Digital Accounting and Assurance Board of ICI. Diploma in Information Audit, DISA in 2003. Business Consultancy Services, study course of Mumbai Chartered Accountants Association, along with Jamanlal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies in 2000 to 2001. With regard to professional and social activities, presently is a member of lot of co-opted members for so many organizations, sir. I have 4 4 pages. I will be taking through some of the highlights. Presently, he is a director in IFL Finance, Thomas Cook India, PNB Housing Finance Limited, IFL Wealth Management, Soktak Travel Limited, Gati Limited, Navneet Educational Limited, Nippon India Trustee Limited, Gati Kintu Express Private Limited, Alcro Logistics Limited. He is also he holds the directorship in lot of companies. He was a chairman and vice chairman, chairman or vice chairman of members of the committees of ICI in various levels. He was also a quality review board established by the Government of India under the Chartered Accountant Act 1949. He also acted as a lot of members of other committees of insurance, IRDA, SEBI, CAG. Thank you, sir. Most valuable post of the institute, sir. Yes. With this short profile, I introduce Nilesh ji to the audience gatherings. Sir, the mic is yours from now.
Good afternoon, and thanks to be few lucky ones from the city of Hyderabad who are sitting here, who are in CA practice. Those who are unlucky, they are not here. I will say like that, because after this session, you will be the brand ambassadors of ICI who will go away and say outside that why you missed this session. Because we have a past president, ICI Nilesh Vikamse sir, to guide us, and when sir is there, we should be pretty relaxed and note down the things that what we have to do in future in our CA practice. And let me tell you what we are going to discuss today, why we are here today. I am very lucky that in Hyderabad we are having this session. We had this session in PAN WIRC, all 32 branches. We have done the analysis and we have got excellent results. So what is the overall view or the overview of the session I have to give to you. Today, just a brief introduction of the session. Then we are going to have a first opinion poll. In this opinion poll, you will have to take out your mobile. You have to go and open your WhatsApp group, which is there for your registration. Then we will have Nilesh sir session. He will deliberate on the different aspects of the CA practice management. Then we will have a tea break after that. Then again we will assemble that how the city of Hyderabad is having parameters of practice, then CA practice management strategies that Nilesh sir has given us. We will overview that and we will go through goal management, manpower management, client management, finance management strategies, and then there is a panel discussion. So friends, there are 6 panelists which we have selected from Hyderabad city itself, from young group, then middle age group, then proprietary partnership, seniors, large scale partnership, and we will be discussing with them the different issues relating to the practice. And then comes the last thoughtful opinion poll. इसी के लिए हम यहाँ इकट्ठा हुए हैं और ये आप सब लोगों ने जरूर यहाँ पर ओपिनियन देनी है. And this is the poll which we all are awaiting, and we want a candid opinion from you. So it's a mixture of technology, mixture of experience, and mixture of all the aspects of our CA practice. You have listened to Daya sir. Daya sir ने अपने को internationally और nationally network कैसे करना ये बताया. So from global to nation. Then we came down to Guru sir session, where he also elaborated us how to grow the practice in the nation level and state level. And Now, Nilesh sir will take us that how you should plan your own practice, and at the end of the session, we will require what you people are going to do, what is your take home from today's session, and that's what we want from you. So please stay till that end, and then action points and summing up from Nilesh sir of the total session. So let's start our discussion. We have to inspire the fresh chartered accountant to join the practice. We have to grow. Those who have joined the practice, their practice should grow. Sabka bhala ho, sabka mangal ho. And to help our articles to grow further in profession, and to plan our profession, to plan our future activities of ICI, and last one, to enjoy the practice. अगर आप आपकी practice enjoy नहीं करते हो, तो then you are missing something big in your life. So how to enjoy your practice, that is the case here. So please open up your WhatsApp group, and that results will be live here. There are 10 questions I am posting in the WhatsApp group, the first opinion poll. Just open your mobile. I have posted the poll 1. Have you got it? आ गया? All are not included? आ गया? Came. You open that opinion poll. The first question is, what is your constitution of practice? आप सब लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं. Hope everybody has got the link. किसको नहीं आया है? नहीं आया? Are you in the group, madam? Ladda sir. Those who are in the group, they got the link? Okay. So please post it. There are 10 questions. The first question is, what is your constitution of practice? This we want because the future discussion will depend upon this. Then, how many years of experience in CA practice? This gives us the idea that the participants who are sitting here, what is their age group and how to concentrate on the practice management strategies. Then question number 3. This is very important question. आपका नाम नहीं आ रहा है. It's an anonymous poll. There is no name, there is no record with the Hyderabad branch or myself or with the Google or anybody else. So, what is your gross turnover from practice? और ये proprietor के लिए है. और इसमें पूरा turnover include करिए. Books के बाहर का तो आजकल होना ही नहीं चाहिए, but पूरा include करिए. GST का 20 lakhs का limit है, पर उसको भी हम cross करना ही चाहिए. So, please put third number question by the proprietors only. Then comes to question number 4. What is your gross turnover from practice? This is for the partnerships and LLPs. Then question number 5. How much is your fees outstanding as compared to total fees in a year? कितना outstanding अपने इसमें है?
Sir, few people are not added.
I shared a QR code in the group. Can you display it positive in the group?
Display.
QR code.
You got that, right?
Yeah.
That is not there.
Web WhatsApp पे खोलो.
You can give this for those who are not, so they can scan from this mobile.
On the screen,
From his mobile he can scan. Yeah. Then how much is your fees outstanding as compared to previous year or total year? Question number 5. जिनको नहीं मिला है वो ये QR कोड स्कैन कर लीजिए for login, please.
One minute.
So you are displaying the QR code.
Yes.
So this is the use of technology. Then the 6th question is, what is your overall total strength in your office, including articles? Then do you have branches or network offices outside the city? Then category of your CA, your firm as per MEF. Then whether regular training meetings are held in your office. This is very important question. Please answer it. Then what is your ratio of expenses? This is the most important question, that how much is you spending on your office expenses, excluding the partner's salary or interest. और ये पार्लियामेंट के जैसा है, जो लोगों को लगता है कि देश आगे बढ़े वो प्लीज़ ओपिनियन दे, जिनको लगता है कि मैं सिर्फ अकेला ही आगे बढ़ूं वो ओपिनियन नहीं दे रहा है, और जिनको लग रहा है कि वो आगे बढ़ेगा तो मैं देखूंगा कैसा, तो ही इज़ वेटिंग फॉर दैट, बट डोंट डू इट. और एक सीए वही है सच्चा जो सच्ची ओपिनियन, सच्ची राय देता है, और आज हमको सच्ची राय देनी है आप, तो प्लीज़ गिव इट फॉर द प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट. डोंट हेजिटेट, प्लीज़ कैंडिडली गिव योर ओपिनियन. अभी तक 92 रिस्पॉन्सेस आ गए हैं. वी हैव गॉट 95. So 95 responses we have got, and there are near about 150 to 200 people sitting here. कितने लोगों ने जवाब दे दिया है अब तक?
Sir, I request everyone to scan the screen. Can you enlarge?
इतने दूर से हो जाएगा?
No, it will come. It will come. It will come. I'm doing it.
There are 10 questions and it is hardly take 5 minutes. You just have to take one of the choice from multiple choices.
Reshare the link. No, in the group. Okay, that's fine, but we have one here, not outside. In the group already shared.
We have a very less time. Please join it and close the.
Yeah.
दीपक जी कितना टाइम दे और जी, because there is again second opinion poll at the end of the session. We want everybody's participation in that. This is a very unique program. You will find it very interesting. The results are in front of you. I just want to share the results, and then we will analyze the results also. 113 people have voted. I am continuously sharing the link in the group, those who are joining. Submitted 125, 125 बहुत अच्छा आंकड़ा है. गुड. किसी को कोई दिक्कत आ रही है सबमिशन में? All 10 questions need to be answered, then you have the submit form will be okay. So please answer all the questions. Okay, shall I close?
Yes, sir.
So let's see the responses. 133 responses are there, 134, and the responses are going. What is your constitution of practice? यहाँ पे बैठे जितने भी participants हैं उसमें से 60% are in partnership and 40%, 38% in proprietary. Sir, so ratio here is more. Those who are here, they are in partnership. Otherwise, the ratio is reverse. We found proprietary more, but here partnership participants are more. Then, how many years of experience in CA practice? यहाँ पे जो बैठे हैं उसमें से below 5 years, 24%. So these are the young CA who want to grow their practice, move ahead. इनके issues अलग रहेंगे, वो भी हम discuss करेंगे. Then 5 to 15 years, it's 41%. तो middle age of practicing बहुत है यहाँ पर, तो इनके issues अलग रहेंगे. And then 15 years and above, 34%. इनके issues कुछ और है. किसी के पास में energy है, तो एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, किसी के पास एक्सपीरियंस है तो एनर्जी नहीं है, तो हाउ टू बैलेंस इट. देन व्हाट इज योर ग्रॉस टर्नओवर फ्रॉम प्रैक्टिस, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था फॉर द प्रोप्राइटरी. प्रोप्राइटरी के अंदर यहाँ पर बिलो 20 लाख जो यहाँ पर दिया गया है रेशो 31%. सर, दिस इज द बिग इशू in our CA practice that the proprietors are having below 20 lakh turnover. तो इनका टर्नओवर कैसे आगे बढ़े, ये भी कैसे मेन स्ट्रीम में आए, इसके ऊपर हमको और कोशिश करना है. थोड़ी हैंड होल्डिंग यहाँ पर और लगेगी. देन 20 to 50 lakh, दिस इज द रेशो ऑफ 20 to 50 lakh, 17% or 10%. Then comes the next 8%, 5%, 50 to 1 crore and 1 crore and above 3%, 6. So this is good thing. Why I am sharing this? जो 20 लाख में है वो ये सोच रहे होंगे कि मैं बड़े मुश्किल कैटेगरी में हूँ. नहीं, आपके ऊपर भी आपके दोस्त है, यहीं पे बैठे हैं, उनसे आप सीखिए. और जो 50 lakhs वाले हैं वो ये भी सोच सकते हैं कि 1 crore वाले भी प्रोप्राइटर्स है. सो दैट इज अ गुड थिंग. We have the proprietors who are having 1 crore and above practice. So we can also achieve that. हमको खुद के ज़िंदगी में बदलाव करना है तो कोई बड़ी किताब, कोई बड़ी चीज़ करने की ज़रूरत नहीं. अपने ही साथ में जो बैठे साथी है उनसे सीखिए, उनसे समझिए और आगे बढ़िए. This is called professional brotherhood. So this is a very good example that we have 1 crore plus proprietors. So this is an inspirational thing. Then what is your gross turnover from practice for partnerships? Partnerships में turnover naturally ज़्यादा रहता है. Then below 20 lakhs, okay. So below 20 lakhs, it's a 17%. Then 20 to 50 lakhs, it's a 15%. Then 50 to 1 crore, it's a 10%. 1 crore and above, it's 22%. So this is very inspiring. If we go for partnerships, the gross turnover increases, and you have seen that in proprietary there were very less percentage, only 3% in 1 crore plus, but in partnerships it's 21%. So more and more people should go for partnerships. The turnover will also increase. I am not talking about take home. I am talking about gross turnover. A proprietor may be taking much more amount at his home, but when we look at the growth level, when we see the overall scenario, it's a partnerships or LLPs which will give you more turnover. How much is your fees outstanding? This is very important analysis, and you can think what needs to be done when Nilesh sir will talk about the fees management. 10 to 20% outstanding, 70%, this is very good. So up to 1 quarter the fees is outstanding. So it's a very good ratio. So there is a good response in Hyderabad. You get fees early. As compared to national other average, I will give you that average at the end. Then 25% to 50% means up to 6 months. Kiska outstanding? That is 26% up to 6 months. Then 50 to 75%, that is 3%. And more than 75%, more than 1 year or 9 months, no outstanding. That is the good thing. That is a very good thing, because we have seen there are many people whose fees is outstanding for more than 1 year. Now let's go to the question number 6. What is your overall total strength of your office articles? 0 to 5, 41%. This is a risk. If the person is having below 5 manpower, then how he will grow, how he will achieve the targets. Then 5 to 10 members, 26%. So this is for the small proprietors and small partnership firm. Then 11 to 50 members in an office, that is 23%. And 50 and above 8%. So this is a very welcome ratio analysis, that if you enhance your manpower strategies, you can manage more people, and if you can manage, you can grow. Guru sir has also taught this. Then, do you have any branches or network outside the city? This is very important analysis when we go for the growth. 31% says no, 68% say yes. So this is a very ulta, sorry, 68% say no and 31% say yes. So your growth is depending upon the growth of Hyderabad, peripheral growth of Hyderabad and the population of Hyderabad. So if you have to analyze, if you want to grow further beyond the economics of city, then the network and the branches should be outside the city also. Then category of your CA firm, category 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. In 1, 19%, it's good. Then 2 category, 19% again. Then third category, 16%, and fourth category, 30%. And no, not applicable because they are still not eligible, they have just joined it. So it's 14%. Near about 44% are in fourth category or in no category. So someone has to plan that how I can reach to category 1. Then whether regular training or meeting, this is going to be a very important analysis. Daily meeting in the office 4%, weekly meeting 20%, then monthly meeting 38%, yearly meeting is 10%, and no meeting 31%. Friends, this cannot be the correct way of practice. We have to have meetings, and when we analyze this, you will come to know, Nilesh sir will put more emphasis that what a meeting in an office will give you a lead. And last, what is your ratio of expenses? Means how much you are investing in your office. Because many times we say that my office is not up to the mark, the other person is having a very good infrastructure. So please analyze how much we are spending for the growth of our office. Up to 30%, up to 30% is 32, means 100 rupees turnover, and he is spending 30% on the office. So this can be true in case of a proprietor because he wants to take more money at home. Then 30 to 40%, 28%. This can be partnerships firms which are having 2 or 5 partners. Then 40 to 50%, 26%. Then 50 and about 12%. So these two categories are very well placed because they are having margin, they are really spending. And what should be the ideal ratio of spending in our office on the manpower, on the technology and all the other expenses, we will also know it. So sir, this is the analysis of today's participants, and now we will move back to our discussion. So now stage is yours, sir. You can guide us. I am thankful to all of you for your candid opinion, and now let's listen to our Nilesh sir, and then we will have panelists and then last opinion poll. With this brief background of today's session, let's start our discussion. Please welcome with loud applause Nilesh sir.
The two dynamic Central Council members present here, Daya in the audience and Umesh, and I think our profession is blessed when young council members take time out of their own practice and devote time for the benefit of all. So thanks to both of you for taking up so much time for the profession. The chairman of the Hyderabad branch, Deepak Ladda, the managing committee members, Sharan Kumarji, who was my teacher in the forensic course, and a lot of seniors present here, Murli Krishna, Ramnamurthy, I can just name Pankaj Bhai, who did a fantastic job in the international conference in Hyderabad. When I was the vice president, Mr. Reddy was the president. So it's very happy to be back in Hyderabad after almost 3 years. This COVID has literally taken a toll. And normally, nowadays, I'm avoiding speaking, especially sessions like this. But Daya and Umesh both didn't leave me. They were planning this program, and sir, you have to come. And this subject is very close to my heart. Practice management. I have been speaking about this from 1996, much before council and also almost, it is 26 years now, and kept on evolving. And friends, what I'm going to speak is not theory. Most of it, what I'm going to speak, we have implemented in the firm. I come from a firm which is 85 years old, which is mentioned in the, so it's not just preaching. I would say substantial part is put to practice, only then I'm communicating. And we have seen the benefits of what we have done. And I wish that everyone gets the benefit. And my only, again, earnest request to you would be, let this session not be that we heard, Mr. Guru Prasad spoke very well, Umesh spoke very well, Nilesh Bhai spoke very well, and after the end of it, we get out of the session, we are back to where we are. We don't change. Then the whole effort will be wasted. My coming over here, Umesh is coming over here, Guru coming from Bangalore. The whole idea is, whatever you feel right, first introspect, accept and then change. I appreciate any change is difficult. We know, changing our lifestyle, changing our habits is very, very difficult, not that easy. But my earnest request to you, it will be for your benefit and for the profession's benefit, if you, sort of, whatever you feel, and all of us, what you're speaking makes sense, please make those changes. And some could be short term, some could be medium term, some could be long term. With that, I'll straight away get into the presentation. So what is the, I would say what I'm going to speak on is what is the current position of our practice. What are some statistics around our practice today? I'm not going to speak on practice versus industry. I think majority of the people here are in practice. Those who want can refer to a couple of slides. What are the practice management strategies? Umesh mentioned about fees, how to increase your clientele, especially the young ones, the young members who are here. How do you increase your clientele? How do you charge fees? We'll discuss that. What are the ingredients to a successful practices? What are the growth strategies? I may not have time to speak on specialization versus new areas, but the slides are self-speaking. You can have a look at it. And some final thoughts. And then again, as Umesh mentioned, we'll get back into further, the opinion polls, the panel discussion. We'll try to make some sense out of this whole topic. So what is the current position of CA practice? Do all of us agree that the risk has gone up? Any different view? Audit, so definitely risk has gone up, whether it is listed companies, NFRA, whether it is private companies, whether it is partnership firms, and I'll speak a little bit more about it. Remind me in case I miss out on the disciplinary mechanism of our institute. Several scams have surfaced where CAs are found to be or presumed to be involved, even if they're not involved. So Nirav Modi case, PNB, the NFRA got activated because of Nirav Modi case, but till date, there is no evidence that this, auditors were involved in that. The internal auditor was a bank employee, he was not a chartered accountant. The statutory auditors, the fraud was so, deep that it was completely outside the books. So anyway, the jury is not out, but I am very clear that the auditors will not be hauled up. NFRA has been set up. Friends, over here, how many of you have looked at the audit quality review reports of NFRA? I'm seeing few hands. Good. But majority, hardly, not even 10% of this audience. 170, 80 people responded, not even 17, 18 people raising the hands. Again, an earnest request to all of you are doing audit practice, whether it's tax audit, company audit, whatever. Please pick up, it's available on the NFRA website. It's called the Audit Quality Report Review. You may say, why do I need to look at it? It is all for large companies, it is, ILFS problem, this, that. I said, remove the ILFS problem. The facts we are not concerned, remove. But what is the expectation of how the audit will be? Your eyes will get opened up. How many of you, again, this candid, we are not sort of recording your reactions here. Follow the standards of auditing. All of you do corporate audits. How many of you have got very good documented files? Majority are not raising the hands. And do you realize in the audit report you are mentioning that the accounts are in compliance with the accounting standards and the audit has been done in compliance with the standards of auditing. And friends, don't feel bad. Even our firm, maybe 15, 20, 30 years back, we are similar. See, we are like that Ayurvedic doctors. Everything is in our head. Or nabs malum hai client ki, but nothing is documented. So now you have to become like a homeopathic doctor. You know how the homeopathic doctor takes the whole history. Ayurvedic doctor nubs in his head, and the homeopathic doctor lists down. So now it is absolutely essential to do that, and just look at these audit quality report reviews, and you'll be amazed what the expectation is. And I'll be very confident to tell you today, it will be even the largest of the large firms may not be able to comply with the expectation of NFRA as far as documentation is concerned. And to just give you a small example, what their expectation is, say in a standard of auditing, one particular line or a paragraph is not applicable, you have not documented that. The expectation is this paragraph or this line is not applicable, where is it documented in your file? When you're complying with that standard of auditing, so that is the expectation level. And friends, another thing, some of you would have gone through peer review or the quality review. Some of you may be doing quality review. So generally what happens peer review, a person comes to our office, whoever is the peer reviewer or the quality reviewer, he verifies the file, if there's some doubts, he'll talk to you. In NFRA, nothing like that. Your file has to be on, it is an online file you have to submit, scan it, no discussion. They will review it independently and they'll come to their own conclusion. They'll of course send you a draft report, but that also you have to respond only online. There's no physical meeting and explanation. So what I'm trying to say, a file has to be self-speaking. It cannot be. So please have a look at the orders and you'll come to know where. You'll say again, I'm doing private companies, small tax audits. But when this is the expectation of NFRA, automatically this expectation starts seeping down. Whether it is our disciplinary committee, whether it is the tax authorities, when they review the audits, you will have to look at it. There are stiff penalties, regulatory action against CS. We saw that. There is e-governance in almost all the government administration. More and more it's happening now. This is changing the way we are practicing. The reason for making this point, increasing impact of technology in all what we do. We saw recently the whole AIS, the returns. Time is not far away. After a year, you will get your, maybe 2 years, the return prepared and sent given to you. Once all the teething troubles get over, once they come to know exactly what are the problems they are facing, you'll get, then what will be the role of a chartered accountant? If the return is going to be prepared, so whatever you're charging, 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 return preparation fees. So we'll need to think of it. Another thing is constant amendment in all the laws, whether it's GST, whether it's, how many of you are practicing Companies Act over here? Again, a piece of advice to you, free advice. Please be very careful. I was an expert in Companies Act in the 1956 Act was there. Section 372A, 58A, 297, so on and so forth. People used to come, my clients used to ask me, and immediate response and solution found. Today, if any clients ask me anything, I said, hold on, let me find out what the law is. I am saying, now the law itself has been changed almost 5 to 6 times. I don't know how many times the rules have been changed. About a year or so back, I had kept a count. There were 44 or 49 set of rules, and they were already amended 280-90 times. In last 5-6 years, 2013 Act, we are talking of now, of course, 9 years. And this is about a year back count. Today, the count will be much more. So anything they find wrong, 75% of the legislation is delegated to the rules. Earlier, first rules when they came, there was a show that it was a draft rules, comments taken from the public, but now straight changes are happening. No consultation process with the public. So whoever is practicing company law, please be very careful what the latest laws, the latest rules are, and then only look at it. We are seeing Ind AS also changes happening, bankruptcy valuation. Constant changes in practice due to our own introduction, rotation of auditors. Friends, again, I was a strong votary. I was against rotation of auditors in the Companies Act for the large companies. But let me tell you, today I am all for rotation of auditors. From a governance perspective, the fact that we have seen a new set of auditors coming in and they're not continuing because the risk level which they felt in the audit client was very high. So the risk accepted by the existing auditor, also the way people were accommodated or whatever we may call it, the clients, The new set of auditors are not willing to share the same amount of risk. And it has improved governance tremendously. And again, time is not far away, which is there for listed companies may come down. If that is found to be, the way I am feeling, if the general feeling in the government is that rotation is good, rotation could come to the private companies also. Of course, you may say, we are chartered accounting expert, we know we know a way how to find our associate firms, but that's not going to last long. UDIN, valuation rules. Another major change which is happening, friends, is internationally as well as nationally. If you're an auditor, you cannot be a consultant to the client. Again, currently it is for the listed companies. Internationally, there's a discussion in UK that they want to break up the audit firms and consulting firms. Suppose XYZ large firm is there. They say consulting will be different, audit will be different. In India, I don't know how many of you are, tracking the Reserve Bank circulars in the banking and the NBFC sector last year, 21st of April, I think, 2021, Reserve Bank came out with a rule that even if your associate firm is doing any consulting, you cannot be the auditor of the bank or the NBFC. So all the large firms were, pulled out. So a lot of opportunities for the mid-sized firms and a lot of work from it. So there's been a lot of waterfall from the large firms to the mid-size to the small firm in the banking NBFC space. Why? Auditor and consultant cannot be same, or not only same, it cannot be a network firm also. It cannot be associate firm. Say XYZ and company is the auditor and XYZ and company associates is a consultant, not acceptable. Or you're part of the same network. Firm ABC and firm XYZ, but form part of the same network, you cannot do audit and consulting. So this again is currently at the large firm level, but time is not far away, this will start seeping down. Though Institute is objecting a lot, even under the Companies Act under section 144, during my time, current times, that audit and tax should be allowed to be going together. Other consulting you may remove because the cost of compliance will go up, but we need to be cognizant that there might be challenges there. Another thing which is coming up is joint audits. The Company Law Committee has recommended that. Matter of time, just a few days back we saw the paper that these amendments are happening, maybe a year, 2 years away. Again, I am saying joint audits will be only the large companies. And you saw the profile percentage, how many, of course, one thing which was not captured is majority of us are, small 2 to 5 partner firms, other than sole proprietors. One chunk, huge chunk is sole proprietors. So assuming joint audit is going to come, who will be the joint auditors? Suppose a large firm is there, XYZ, they may not take a sole proprietor. If the company wants a very good recognition of governance, they will not take a sole proprietor as a joint auditor. So they'll also see size and scale. So unless you scale up, don't expect much joint audits also, as and when it comes up. So what's happening in the professional spectrum? The shift is happening from compliance to consulting. The compliance work is going down. GST will be by technology. We discussed AIS and income tax. It's going into consulting. Power shift to tech savvy. People with grey hair like me, we are getting outdated now. And the youngsters, because they are tech savvy, whether it is income tax, GST, whatever, they are scoring, and that's going to continue to happen. The way technology comes in, the older the person is, the shift will be towards the younger. See, earlier we had a premium on the white hair. Now that premium is gone, both. The experience wisdom, because now the premium is with the people who are more tech savvy. So that's what the shift is happening. Mid-sized firm are caught in the middle. I'm not going to speak more. Monopolies are threatened. We saw GST audit going. There are some discussion on private companies audit not being the NFRA. It was completely, out of the blue and out of the box, which was not in the right direction. And management expectations are soaring. I don't know how many of you do listed companies. Of course, I can see Murli Krishna here. A few of them, whoever is going to the audit committees and board, and you can see a change there. Earlier, the boards were what? Meet, eat and go. What were meetings, board meetings? And now it is no longer there. Most of the audit committee members, most of the Indian men are because it's a hot chair. Today there's a lot of, like auditors, SEBI and Ministry of Corporate Affairs is fixing up a lot of responsibility on the independent directors. So a lot of questioning happening around there. So expectations have gone up. Again, I have just listed, I'm not going to speak more. If you see the changes which the government is doing, Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, income tax scheme, demonetization, strike off of the companies, money laundering, Benami Transaction Act, merger of banks, RERA. So this government is very clearly focused on they want to do the things right. I'm not saying, so if you look at the things, because of all these actions, do you agree that the parallel economy has gone down? So it's still there. I'm not saying it's not eliminated, the way the system is. But the fact is, there is more and more disincentive for the parallel economy to be running. Do we agree on that or no? So unless things are channelized, and this is, and I don't know, the way the current things are, I may be wrong, possibly the government will come back again in 2024. The reason I'm saying is this is a direction way forward. They want to clean up the system. I'm not saying they're whiter than thou. They're holier. They themselves may be doing a lot of practices which we may not accept. But unfortunately, they feel that the chartered accountants are, the conduits or the advisors to the businessmen to do the wrong things. That's unfortunately the thinking at the top. But this is going to happen. Things are going to be becoming more and more tighter, and the ease of running a parallel economy is going to go down. The amount of technology CBDT is using, the artificial intelligence, just unimaginable. You've seen the AI, that is only one example. Just understand, once they start marrying that data and the GST data, today SEBI, which is supposed to be much more smaller and a nimble organization, is also in awe of the CBDT as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. Now, SEBI also started using AI in the surveillance and all the other things. Reserve Bank is using it. So anybody wrongdoing, so you can get caught at any of the four corners. So again, from a client, advisory perspective. Again, a very quick snapshot of how the practices, this is the data you may see later. Only I want to show the figure of 21, 22. Total about 24,000 members added. 2,500 came to practice. 21,500 went into not holding COP. Of course, they could be part of a CA firm, not holding COP. So this is 90-10. But if you take the earlier year, it is 40-70. But 1/3 on an average, out of 3, 1/3 coming into practice, 2/3 going into industry, if you look at a few years average. And this, why I'm again highlighting, friends, is last, from 2008-9, post the global crisis, there has been virtually no major growth in the country from the perspective of new industries, etc. coming, the greenfield, small things coming up. But now again, thanks to China +1, thanks to India being a very, very, important now ally for US and Europe and all, large industries are going to come up. People want to reduce the dependence on China. So next 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, I see a lot of more new industries coming up. So what is going to happen? A lot of CEOs are going to go into industry. I'll give a small example. We do work for a small pharma company which is going to go public. Before we became auditors, just about a year or two back, there were 2 chartered account retainers, husband-wife team who were retainers. Now since they're going to go public, they've got a very senior person, again originally from Hyderabad and Chennai, as a CFO, a deputy CFO, and one more person account, 3, and maybe hire 1 or 2 more person. One company going public is adding minimum 4 to 5 chartered accountants. And I think I am myself amazed. Before the COVID, I was also slightly, the whole the environment was, I would say, gloomy, despondent. Okay, what business are doing? People are cutting corners, not hiring people. And I don't know what the COVID has done. COVID is supposed to be a bad thing, but I've seen COVID has just opened up the opportunities. The way the stock markets have gone up, the way the companies, there's so many good companies which are available. I would say closely held companies which want to go public, and they were not as equally, governed or managed effectively for the listing purposes. I'm giving one example of a pharma company, small pharma company. You just multiplied this 3-4 chartered accounts, assuming there are 1,000 to 2,000 companies who are waiting in the pipeline, maybe in the next 6 months, 1 year, 2 years to go into the market. And again, the startups, as they're growing, they're getting valuations. The amount of chartered accounts will be going there. So you'll see a shift. So the numbers in practice will go down. It's not going to go up in the next 3, 5, 7. Instead, the proportion. This is just a quick this thing. In South, 41% are in full-time practice, 59% are in not holding COP. This again, just a ballpark. See the last, which I've made a block, 2006 to 2011. The global crisis happened in 2008 and the fallout happened in the next 2-3 years. Till that time, the number of firms and the proprietors were more or less stagnant in the range of 46 to 47,000. After that, because the economy slowed down, no new industries, you say there's a burgeoning of practices. But then again, it's now started slowing down. 89,000, 92,000. I think the same what we saw between 2006 and 11, if my experience tells, I think you'll see the similar scenario. That numbers will go down or will stagnate. It's not going to go up. I'm not going to discuss, this is what Umesh said. We'll skip these slides, we'll see it ultimately. These are basically slides later we may say what Umesh has done a fantastic job in almost 35 cities in the WRC with almost 2,500 members. So this is a snapshot. This may not be a replica of Hyderabad, is different, as you already pointed out. We'll see that later. Friends, how many of us feel that there is a lot of competition, not enough work in the practice, especially sole proprietors, or how many of us feel that there's not enough work? Let's be candid, then nobody is going to catch your neck.